just obviously, can't even express how thrilled I am for our program and for these players and everybody that's involved with our program. We have worked a long time to, put ourselves in a position to advance, and to do it to the championship is really exciting. And I saw some announcers and they were like, "My gosh, what would y'all do if y'all won?" And it's kind of laughable, but when it's unexpected, it's really refreshing to see just players just have so much joy in doing something that, again, people don't expect. And also, it's fun to watch them go, we expect it now and we need to do that in the future. So really proud and excited for them and what's to come. And certainly was very impressed with Colorado and JR and her staff and what they do. They just make the game so hard and make you pay for mistakes. And I thought they were just as tough as they could be against us, and really wish them very much. I hope they have a great tournament run for just like everyone in the pack.
Thank you. You want to start here? And then Michelle. Okay.
So we'll go on Duck TV. Coach, I'll start with you, and then obviously if any of the players want to chime in. But clock hits 0. You guys realize you're going to the championship. First time in school history. What were the emotions like for all you guys? Just the feeling that, you guys are playing for the first championship in school history.
I don't know that we really realize it right now. I mean, I was just amazed at the tears in our locker room and from our older players. They have gone through so much, and they have come out on the other side of it. We had losing records when Ula got here, and she chose a program that was at the bottom of the league almost, and nothing came easy. And yet, think of that journey 5 years later and what she stands for and represents, and the shots she makes and the leadership she has and what she's done for our program. So it's just unbelievably fun to see their tears of joy and reflection on what they've accomplished. So I hope, this is the greatest ride I've been on with the team. So I'm gonna just sit back and keep riding it.
Okay. Michelle?
Michelle Smith, Pac12.com. Bella, I'm going to actually point this to you. As those last couple of minutes, how stressful was it to get to 0? They made a run at you. You guys had built it back up to 10. There was the play where Bonley blocked you and it went straight to Ula, and then Ula buries a 3 to get it back. But those last minutes as they're ticking off the clock, were you nervous about that?
That's actually a play. I'm joking. Well, first of all, I just want to give a big shout out to Violet. She's a heck of a player. She's really good at defense and offense. She's really hard to guard. So I just want to give her a shout out. It was the most stressful moment ever. And it's just the fact that I'm still so speechless. I don't know. But it was really stressful. And I'm just so glad that the clock was 0-0. I don't know. I'm just so blessed and thankful enough the clock said 0-0, honestly. Yeah.
Sorry. Matthew Walter with the next. For Kamie and Charlize, they go on that run in the third quarter, and it's tied going into the fourth, and, you guys probably could have just sort of sank, but you push through, and the fact that you go on that 12-2 run with Charlize being on the bench the entire time during that run, just how much trust do you have in your team and trust that you guys have in each other that we can keep powering through even when, we get punched back after you guys had punched in that first half?
Well, we don't like to take Charlize, or I don't, out very much. She kind of got, I think, hit across the nose and was really kind of couldn't see, or so she needed to come out. I don't know that she would have come out any other reason. But I do think it's great to show that our team is growing around her. And I think we showed it even when, we lost those 4 games when she wasn't with this team. We competed so well. The bench players in their roles got extended. They got good minutes. I think it helped AT more than anyone on our team because she had to step into some real leadership and play calling and a lot of responsibility. So to see, I think our team isn't afraid of that now, and that's a sign of a team that's growing. And again, I think it takes some heat off of some of these players that have to play so many minutes that, and I still think because those players are still young in their game, they can keep getting better even for us this year. So I think it's a great thing for us to have a little bit more depth so we can survive when Charlize gets hit across the nose and has to come out. But that's about the only reason she might.
Jeff.
Jeff Metcalf, Pac-12 Hotline. Charlize, when I saw you in Arizona, I asked you the same question. What's the difference when you were gone, now you're back? And you said something to me along the lines of, well, we're going to come out of this stronger. Do you feel like that's truly what's happened?
Yeah, I 100% do. I think, when I was gone for that 4-game period, a lot of different people had to step up in different ways. And the team got better, when I wasn't in the gym and when they don't have to hear my voice all the time or, I'm calling out plays or things like that. And so I honestly do think that it just helped us, and especially, down the stretch now, we all know each other so well. We know how to play with each other. We know each other's strengths and weaknesses. And when I'm kind of put back into that lineup, I don't have to, like Coach was saying, necessarily do as much or, bring people along because other people are stepping up already into those roles. And I have so much trust and faith in, our team and people who come in off the bench. We're a lot deeper this year and people are playing different roles. And I'm just so happy that everybody is stepping into those roles and we're collectively stronger and better as a team. And obviously you can see that in these last few games.
Coach over here, Cameron Derby, KZI9 Eugene. You talked about the emotion a little bit of what this is, but a first tournament championship game can alter a program. Can you just kind of reflect for a second on the legacy that this group will have no matter what happens on Sunday and the path that they're paving for future Cougars? And then I have a second one right after that. It's quick.
Yeah, I mean, that is the greatest thought going in my mind right now. I just think back on when we got these guys to sign with us, all they had was a vision. All they had was our words of what we could accomplish over time, and the vision for them individually of what they could become in our program. And so the trust and the jumping in when it's not the coolest thing ever to do, and they don't care because they love it and they love our program and they are our program. They represent it so much, and everything we want to be is because of these people up here and what they represent. So it is beyond belief that we're here, knowing where we've come from, and I think that's where all the appreciation comes, from all of us and why it's so touching to us.
I'm sure this is a player question. How important is it that Shania Twain is here on Sunday?
Incredibly important. So if anyone knows Shania, please
Plug.
tell her to come. We're gonna.
I thought you were best friends with Shania. Now.
She's actually my auntie. She doesn't know it, but she's part Samoan. Slay.
Go ahead in the back.
Troy Finnegan, the Bold CU. Coach, this is for you, and then if any of the players have any thoughts. JR talked about how effectively you guys were able to guard them, especially a lot of their actions in the half court. What are some things that you're looking for or keying on in those sets that you're really trying to take away from them and make it hard on them?
Well, Sherrard killed us in the game at Colorado, and, we know each other so well. And you have a scheme, and you want to play it a certain way, and it's not going to work 100% of the time. But I just thought we really kept people in front of us better than we did the last time we played them. We didn't put them at the free throw line as much. Von Ley got kind of deep positions at times just because she's just that good a player, and we don't have the size to match with that. So we had to give up some of that to guard their perimeter players. But it just is another credit to our team. They're so good at the scouts. They're so good at studying them. They're so good at watching film as opposed to practicing, because obviously we didn't practice much today to get it right. And clearly, again, the third time we've seen them, so that we knew most of the stuff that they were doing. And honestly, by this time of the year, there's not anything anyone's doing that you haven't had to guard, other than the fact that I don't think we've had to ever guard Sherrard again. She's pretty unique and so, very, very difficult to scheme against. So, but it's a credit to our team. I keep saying it. We are better this year because we're better defensively, consistently. We're deeper, and we rebound better. And those things travel, and those things help you win, I think in postseason. And we're proving that out this year. And hopefully our offense is really still getting better, and we'll have a chance to continue to play.
In the back here.
Blake Neiman, Blaze Radio. Ula, coming back this season for the extra year. Now you're seeing the dividends pay off. What does it mean to you to have a success like this in this extra year after your long journey as a Cougar?
Like I said last night, I think if you were to have told freshman me that 5 years down the track we'd be here, I would say there's no way, no possible way. What Coachie's been able to do, her vision that she had, and then obviously recruiting great players like Belle, Charlize, and everyone in that locker room now, it just shows how much belief we have in her, and how together we are and how bought in we are. A big part of me coming back was because I thought that we could do something better than last year. We bowed out in the second round against Utah, and obviously last night we were able to find some success against them, and that was huge. That was probably a turning point for me, and I'm just grateful to be here. Grateful to have great teammates who are all bought in from 1 to 13. Everyone's entirely bought into this thing, and obviously great coaches that have a vision and are pushing this vision, and yeah, just super grateful for everything.
Go ahead, Matt.
Ladies, to follow up on his question from earlier, where did the love for Shania Twain come from? And then when that Shania Twain song came on after the game and you're all jumping around and dancing, just the emotions of that moment, because I know you guys had the tweet from her earlier, just where all of that came from.
I think it's common knowledge, but we're a big karaoke team. We love karaoke, and I know we talk about it a lot, but we really do love singing and making fun of each other when someone gets up to perform a song. But yeah, Shania Twain, Man, I Feel Like Woman is my top 3, and then I played it, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is cool," and then the coaches got on board, and it just became a thing, and it's something that obviously Let's Go Girls is like, come on, let's go, let's do this, and yeah, it just brings us together, creates a lot of fun and a great environment going into a game, and obviously celebrating afterwards.
We've got 2 on this side, and then we'll come right back here. Thanks.
Coach, there are some teams that are awaiting their fate for the NCAA tournament here in this conference. A 5 and a 7 playing in the final here with the amount of ranked teams that are in it. What does that say about this conference? And if you were making a case on behalf of some of those teams that are on the bubble, like maybe say in Oregon, what case would you make for those teams here from the conference that are on the bubble and why they deserve to be in?
Well, again, we've been in a lot of different positions and said the same thing when we were a little bit on the bubble. And it is just a phenomenal league. It is with phenomenal coaches. Oregon, UW finished the season unbelievably well. Obviously, USC, there's teams that are just, I think, are given that they're in. It would be mind-blowing to me if Oregon didn't make it. They are just dangerous. And again, we've played non-conference teams. We've played everybody in this league. It is brutal, top to bottom, and you just don't have a night off, and you can get beat by anybody. And I think you maybe can beat anybody. I just keep going to, I just hope we get in, because I think when we get in, we prove ourselves by how many games we win in the NCAA tournament. And that should be, that should carry some weight over the course of time, not just this year. And I really do believe that Oregon deserves it and should get in. And clearly we want to win this thing so we are automatic and we don't have to talk about it anymore.
For Bella and Charlize, can you just describe what the vision was that Kamie talked to you about? I mean, it might have, like right now, maybe that seems very distant, but what was it that sold you on coming to Washington State?
Well, I'm just really they just told me the vision, and I just had to really believe because I really didn't have anything. I just had to believe, and they've believed in me since no one ever knew me. Lori back there believed in me. She's been working with me since literally the first day I stepped my foot in at WSU. She's been telling me how good I could be. They've been painting that picture in my head, and I just kept believing. I kept believing, knowing that my moment was gonna come, and I'm just so thankful to God and so thankful to the coaches, to the staff, how much they've believed in me, and not just me. The whole group believed. And Ula told me my freshman year when I got here, Ula wasn't here, was playing Australia. She DM'd because she wasn't here. She texted me. She said, put the work in. And I said, before she even met me, everybody in the whole team literally believed that I could be better. And I'm just so thankful. And I saw the vision, and I just kept believing, And I'm just grateful enough that I'm where I am right now. So thank you, Lori and Coach E and Coach B.
Yeah, I think to add on top of that, when I was being recruited by Lori and Coach E, the vision was, let's turn this program around. Let's do something that hasn't been done before, and you have an opportunity to be a part of that and be a part of that success that, obviously Bella was talking about that we've had. And for me, that was really exciting. A lot of people have the chance to go to programs that are already great. They're already on the map. You are going to be a part of the team, and people already know about you and everything like that. But I think this opportunity in itself was so special because we were so irrelevant, you could say. Nobody was talking about us at all. I think my freshman year, when I came in, we were picked 12, I think. And then, 12. And we proved people wrong that year too. We finished higher than what we were picked to be. So I think for me, that was just the best part of that decision was, joining the ride with Coach E, with Lori, with the players who were already here, and really having that opportunity to prove to the world, that we're here to play, we're here to compete. The Pac-12, like Coach E said, is so brutal, it's so hard. But on the flip side of that, you get great basketball games every single day. And for me personally, that's what I wanted to come in and be a part of. So that was the vision for me, and no regrets at all. I'm so happy to be here. I'm happy to be a Coug.
Thank you. All right.
Sam Taylor, Daily Evergreen. Question for Charlize, Bella, and Ula. Can you kind of speak to the implementation of that vision and the day-to-day support that Coach E and Coach Lori provide to you and the whole staff?
Yeah. I think it's like along, and Ula can probably speak to the earlier parts too, because she was obviously here from the get-go. But for me, when I came in, obviously we were still in a rebuilding phase. We were still trying to figure out where our strengths were in our team, what our identity in the pack wanted to be. And so I think in the gym every day, Coach E would always tell us, you're going to get beat if you don't put in the work every single day. And it's not just showing up to training and doing the 2 hours. It's getting extra shots up in the gym. Lori is one of the most committed people I've ever been around my whole life. Any time you want to get up and shoot, she's there 3 a.m. to 12 p.m. Like, it's crazy. That's not even 12 p.m. lunch, isn't it? You knew what I meant. 12 a.m. But yeah, just that stuff. Like, it's all the little details. It's who you want to be, not just as a player, but who you want to be for your team. And I think the biggest part of that was building that culture, and having, the leadership of people really bought in, to want our program to succeed. So I think just the reminders every day in the gym, like, this is what it takes to get us to the next level. And it takes a while, this is my 3rd year here, but it's taken 3 or 4 or 5 years, to get to this point. But we definitely couldn't have done that without all of that little stuff, being reminded to us every single day.
Yeah, like Charlie said, all that, and also like how much they care about you off the court as well, because they know that you could put the work in, but just what type of person you are off the court also matters as well. And just Coach E keeps you honest, Lori keeps you honest, Coach B keeps you honest. They know what I'm talking about. But they just really care about you so much, mentally, physically, emotionally, everything off the court, and they're literally they're like your parents, and because we're away from our parents, so they meetings every day with Coach E. Yeah, shout out. Yeah, I'm so thankful enough the fact that I just have them and I could just always count on them and could always count on Coach E to tell me everything I don't want to hear. I'm just really blessed and thankful enough that I chose the right people. And like Charlie said, I'm so happy to be a Coug.
Sorry, can you please repeat it, Sam?
What's the day-to-day support that Coach E and her staff have provided to you?
Yeah, sweet. I think for me personally, I think I've said it obviously a million times, but I committed without even seeing WSU, and that was purely based on how much I was like impressed by what Coach E was telling me, what Laurie was telling me, and I was like, what they're going to do, like they're the people I want to be with, and my parents are saying, these are the people that we trust with you for 4 years, and I was like, yeah, right, sold, coming. And then obviously she tells me, joke's on you, I'm going to WSU, and then I'm like, all right, go home, commit, and then come to a town where there's nothing but wheat fields, as you know, and into a program where there wasn't a lot of success, but part of the implementation was just how much knowledge they have of the game. I mean, obviously Coach E's one of the most decorated players, and Laurie, insane shooter, one of the best shooters ever, and then obviously you have Coach P, who, she's Coach P, she's one of a kind, the knowledge is insane, the personal connection that you can have with her, and then our other assistants, Jason and Camille, both have a wealth of knowledge for basketball, and part of it was just believing in everything that they said and that they were doing. And as time went on, when we went from 9 wins my freshman year to another 9 my sophomore year, and then to like seeing where we are now, I think it's crazy. The proof is in the pudding pretty much. And I know that our freshmen don't really understand it because they've walked into a program where winning's a thing now, and obviously they're at their first Pac-12 tournament and they're embracing every good thing that comes with being able to have the chance to play in the tournament championship. But we know firsthand, I mean, what it's been like. The coaches are insanely smart and have a great knowledge of the game, and they just know how to connect with us on personal levels to be able to push us in the right direction that has obviously put us in the place to where we are today.
Michelle?
I want to ask really quickly, you guys probably have one of the most international rosters in the country, right? With everybody coming from different places, being far from home, I just wonder, how does that play into how close a team you are? Because people are coming from a lot of different cultures, and you've got languages and all of those things, but everybody, you've all pulled it together in this way, and I just want somebody to sort of speak to the dynamic of that.
Yeah, I think it's really special to be a part of a team with so many international people, and I think there's a lot of good things that come from that. One of the things, especially for me, is we all kind of are going through the same thing in terms of we're so far away from home. You know, we can't just pick up the phone and say, I want to come home for a weekend, and just do that whenever we want. And so that really forces us to get into our teammates and really hang out as a team and have each other's backs and kind of lean on each other's shoulders a bit and understand that, we're all kind of on this journey together. And I think all of that chemistry that we build from that translates into the basketball and on the court. And so I think that's definitely a special thing with our team, especially, our freshmen coming in. We have international freshmen as well. And I think that they feel really supported, and they know coming in that we have such an extensive roster of international students, and they know that they're just our experience that we've had, we can kind of give to them. So I think that it's really cool and it's really special. And you also have a lot of, on the basketball court, you have a lot of different styles and international players. I've played international basketball my whole life, and there's just so many different styles of play and the knowledge people have. And when you bring that all together into one team, it's pretty special, especially when you get things connecting and, going. And I think even, our freshmen coming in, I'm thinking of AT in particular, her just professionalism coming in as a freshman is not something that you see every day. And I think a lot of that is credited to her playing internationally and having that experience with playing on pro teams, and that's unique to her. But just her experience coming in, the different knowledge that she has, especially as a point guard, is insane. So, yeah, I think it's more positives than anything else having an international roster. And again, credit to Coach E, keep recruiting globally. We love it. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've said it a lot. I don't know that it's not that we haven't tried to get 4- and 5-star American recruits on campus. We haven't been received real well, whether that's the reputation or the tradition or where we live or where we are. Other than Charlize, most of our roster we competed for with mid-majors, our recruiting in early years, and even some of those we lost to mid-majors. So, part of that is just we felt like we could go to another country and get a top player because they make decisions different than Americans do, and they build relationships, and they have to trust the people that they're coming to play for, and they want the opportunity to play at in a best league, one of the best leagues, and have the opportunity to help and turn around a program. So we've been received really well to a lot of the really good players overseas, and so we want that. We're still pursuing that as much as we possibly can, but we're also getting a little bit more traction with people in the States and in the Pacific Northwest, and we hope to continue to do that. But bottom line is, we love the kinds of there's kids that fit with us, our standard, how we do things, kind of people we are, our values, and that's the biggest issue, is get the right people that fit with who you are, where you are, and the kind of program that you want. And if you do that, good things will come. And so the quality of people and the character of people is really what we want, non-negotiable. And clearly the talent, trying to get a little bit higher talent every year and every recruiting class is something we strive to do, and I think we're continuing to do as we move forward.
We'll take one final question over here.
Coach, I just want to go back into the game really quick. The third quarter was such a steep fall off, and the beginning of the fourth quarter was such a serious incline. Between the third and fourth quarter, just going to talk to the team, what's going on in your mind? What did you say to them? How did they receive it? Kind of just take us through coaching in that specific moment.
Yeah, I'm not sure I should answer. I don't curse. I don't use that kind of bad language, but I said on the TV, I am probably harsh and demanding, and I have great expectations on our team. And so it was urgent to not keep self-inflicting ourselves with turnovers or bad decisions or giving in to the pressure that we were facing, and typical Colorado and what they do to you. And it felt like there were 7 players of them on the court, and we were just kind of out of sync and out of rhythm, which again, momentum in a game happens all the time. I just think we fell back on some experiences we've had. We've been down and we've come back. We've had leads and lost them. And those are we talked about it before the game. Those are the scars that you build over the course of a season, and as you grow as a team, and you're going to come across them. So you might as well face it. And that was the message: toughen up, guard and rebound, and we got to figure this offense out, because we felt like we could get to the rim. We felt like they were being overly aggressive. We just had to get the ball in good spots on the floor. But the biggest message was we're better than we're playing. So toughen up and finish this game with 10 minutes. And I just remember them yelling, 10 minutes, we got this. But we've done that. We've responded a lot of times the right way. And it makes me really proud that, don't forget we had a lead. We built the lead, which shows a lot of things about us. Yes, we lost the lead. That's not so good. And then to respond the right way and build that lead back up, man, that's big time for us.